I don't have a startup, but I write about startup companies all the time. I've written about startups for years, so I've gotten to know a lot of entrepreneurs who start companies of all different kinds of companies and all different kinds of people.
And how did you start it, the startup?
How did I end up writing about startup companies?
Yes. In which way do you relate your writing with your startup? This is interesting, right?
It's very interesting.
Okay. So, I am in a small way, I guess, I'm a startup company because I was, for the last year, I've been a freelance writer. So I have a contract with Ink Magazine. I write a lot for Ink Magazine, but I also write for other places too. And in that way, I suppose I run my own business, and I have to generate ideas. I mean, I think, what ways is a writer like running a startup? I think, you have this, like anyone else who has an idea for a business, I have ideas for stories. And I have to figure out a way to get both partners, people who are willing to publish those stories, and then customers, people who want to read those stories and care about them. And the big challenge is always, I am always feeling very passionate about what that story is, and I always think it's going to be something great. And the challenge is always figuring out how am I going to get over those
obstacles.
And I find, it's really a matter of just trying again and again and again. I write many drafts when I write both a pitch to someone or like my speech today.
Sorry, what's a pitch?
A pitch is when you pitch a story to a publication, you write a one-page memo that says, here's the story that I want to write, here's why I want to write it,
okay.
And you need to do it in a very compelling way.
Okay. É tipo uma sinopse, estás a ver?
So, I do many drafts when I write.
Okay.
And the first draft I write for myself.
Okay.
And I say, I just write it out, this is what I want to do.
Okay.
The second draft, I look and I rewrite it so that a person who was required to read it could get through it and understand it. Someone whose job, if I had to pay someone to read it, if someone was being forced to read it, that they could understand what I just read. So the first one is just for me. Only I can understand it. The second draft, you can understand it, but you might not like it. Then the third draft.
Sorry, my mother doesn't speak very well English. I need to. Yes. Ele está a dizer que quando ele começa a escrever uma coisa, ele faz rascunho e depois faz outra vez. Okay, sorry.
And then the third draft is to get someone who doesn't care about me to care.
Okay.
And it takes
like a stranger. Okay.
And it takes a lot of work to get to that point. And I often end up talking to a lot of people about my idea and watching their eyes.
Reaction. Okay.
When their eyes go dead, I'm like, okay, I'll try a different way.
Okay. That's a good way.
You have to, and you also, but if it's something that you can't get out of your head, it's one thing if you have an idea and then you lose interest after a while, But if you can't get out of your head, chances are I think it's a really good idea, and it's a matter of just practice and work and failing to get to the point where you are able to capture someone else's imagination and also think, oh, this is a really interesting and good idea. And so I think that's true no matter what you're doing. I mean, I think if you're selling any kind of product, that's essentially what you're trying to take. Why am I interested in this? Why do I want this? And now how do I get someone
interested in that
has to use it, interested in it? And now how do I get a stranger who doesn't care?
Yes.
And that takes a long time, and it takes a lot of work and a lot of failing. But I think in that sense, it makes you able to appeal to someone and connect with someone.
There's, what advice would you give to someone who is starting in this business? Yes. Like a blog, like a small thing, and started to get something bigger,
Yeah, I would say because I suffer from this myself. This is advice I would also give to myself, not just a younger self, but like right now, is always move faster. When you feel uncomfortable, that's good. Make yourself move at a rate that feels almost too fast.
Mexer muito rápido, muito rápido.
To get something out there, and then just constantly improve on it. And take a bigger bet than I think a lot of times I'm a perfectionist, and so I'll just want to keep something a secret and just work on it privately and make it very small. I think instead, the entrepreneurs that I see who do best have a very grand vision of what would make their thing